Hello, welcome to this week's market review and the outlook for the next week. So, on this particular video, we're going to be checking a few pairs: the Euro USD, the GBP USD, JPY pairs, the metals, and BTC. And so, getting right into it, for the Euro USD, how did the market close today, Saturday, 15th of August? How the market closed yesterday? It closed bullish, even though it's somewhat like a doji candle, indicating that the buyers and the sellers probably agreed on a single price and could not push market to either side. And this just seems like a liquidity sweep on the daily time frame. So yeah, we're still very much bullish, heading to this drawn liquidity right here, which I will have marked out as my target. Alright, so I have marked it as my target. Even though this place seems like a place market can reverse from, but since we are still very much bullish, right? I'll have marked that as my target for any bullish buyers. Let's go to the daily time frame to see what market is doing on the daily time frame. Market is currently reacting from a fair value gap, which is understandable, and has just been ranging. Hasn't given any clear cut break of structure, pardon me. And yeah, even this doesn't seem so clear. Let's see what's going on the 4 hour time frame. The 4 hour time frame seems to have a bit of structure, right? And 4 hour time frame seems to have a bit of structure where there is a break of structure at this level. There's a break of structure at that particular level, and then we have market come back to this particular order block and then pick orders from, using this place as liquidity somewhat. So, but because it has not really created another break of structure to the upside, I can't call this a break of structure at all. I don't consider week to week break of structures as very strong. So before I can enter this trade, I would love to see market open on Monday and probably give us a full body break, right, and then come back to somewhere like here, or maybe this point gives us a confirmation entry before we buy to this particular point. Now there are really no levels ahead of this except for on the monthly time frame, so this particular point might just be where I'll be buying to, or a good RR. So on the EU, right, we are bullish, just waiting for market to move and break the structure and then give us our confluence. Same thing will apply for the GBP USD. GBP USD also, there's a break of structure here on the 4 hour time frame. Now this place looks like an engineered liquidity. I would not trust this break of structure at all. Neither will I trust this one. So all I'm expecting for market to do is the market comes back to this particular POI, gives us a confirmation entry, right, where you see COCH, and then take out liquidity from take profit from this drawn liquidity. Alright, so on the GU as well, we are also bullish, just waiting for market to do what we want. So it could also be this entire place. This place seems like a very nice inducement the market will come to use for this liquidity. So on the Euro British pound, there isn't much to do. I advise that you stay off this guy or just watch price movement, because yes, it has changed character overall. Let's go to the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, right, market is currently reacting off a bullish order block, and it seems to have broken structure already, or giving a change of character already at this high. Let's see the daily time frame. So this particular high, since it has broken it, signifying a change in trend, right? But it hasn't really done anything much aside that, and it's just pushing to the upside. Hasn't really given any clear cut break of structure again, which is something we would want before we can take a trade. Right, I wouldn't trade this actually. So let me just remove this. This is the last break of structure to the upside. This is a break of structure here, another break of structure here. As you can see, this break of structure to the downside with this particular high. But the market came here and bought through this. It has even bought through this one as well. And it has even broken the structure as well. So what am I basically looking for? I know that market is about to go bullish, right? So what am I basically looking for? I'm looking for a reason to buy. It has not really given any reason like that. I will have said this is a reason, but market did not respect it. So the only interesting reason that would be at this particular level. Would be at this particular level. Right. So once the market gets to that level, I'm shield on this particular pair. And also because both pairs individually against the USD are bullish, right? You want to watch out for bullish buyers or bearish buyers on them against each other. Let me see on the 2-hour time frame if there's anything interesting. I think the only interesting thing you can see from this probably a bearish movement to the when market breaks structure to the downside. This is a break of structure here. Probably come back here, pick something here and then break structure, then you can ride the waves. Now to the JPY pairs. These pairs also have been annoying lately. After this, ridiculous move to the downside, definitely you should know that market will be coming to, fill in for these imbalances. But the issue with this now is that these pairs do not give a clear-cut entry with their long wicks and radical or sporadic movement to the upside. It won't give a clear-cut entry. So how you jump on this trade would be very, very difficult. Even if you go down the time frame, it will still give you a clear-cut entry. It won't give you a clear-cut entry, and that's something with the JPY pairs when they are ready to misbehave. Same thing with the GJ. Now I was even marking this support and resistance level before this ridiculous move, but it won't give you a clear-cut entry for you to trade with. You're just going to be avoiding all that for this particular week and just watching what price will do. On the DXY, the US dollar index, right, price is currently very much bearish, pardon me. Probably going to react from this. That means you should watch out for your cross pairs with your USD to be bullish if they are the base currencies, right? JPY index as well, bearish, is heading somewhere here, but still very much bearish. And that is why you see that the pairs that are cross, that is have them as their code currency, are bullish. Do you get? Now let's go to the US oil. I think there was something on the US oil this particular week here. I remember I saw something like this, and the market reacted nicely on the 1-hour time frame, and then is it 3-hour reward? So what is it likely going to do this week? Let me see. We are still going to check out for the particular news we have this week. Let me just clear entire drive. Check out for the particular news we have this week. Currently, market has been reacting from this fair value gap, even though it has used it before. It has used it before at this point. It's still currently reacting from it, and also with this POI here. It seems like taking out all the liquidity it needs. Let me just see. Close bullish on last week time frame. Right, bullish but not an interesting break of structure. Let me see on the daily time frame. It's reacting from this other block, probably gonna come back here because this is the break of structure here. Came back to this point, probably gonna, on the 2 hour time frame or something, probably going to give you another move from here and then go to the downside. So yeah, I'm still very much bearish on this. It doesn't look clear yet, but overall bearish, maybe up to this point. Now let's go to gold. This guy did wonders this week. And that's the nature of gold. Gold could just decide to do whatever it wants. This was just, let me see. This was just last week, right? Last week we're still dancing around 39. We're still dancing around, 39, 4,000. And all of a sudden from nowhere, just a massive pump. Right? Now let's see what's going on. For this particular week, as you know, gold likes using FVG a lot. And even though it seems currently bullish, having broken the structure and taking liquidity from this one, gold is a break of structure too though. I think if market is going to come back, it should come back and react from this fair value gap, which is actually above another block here. React from the first value gap and then buy. So let's see what market will do. Let's see what gold will do. Gold is a big buy in the market. If that happens, I'm going to buy to this point as 4.6. Now, if the buyers on gold is to buy, it's most likely going to be the same for the silver metal as well. Last break of structure, inducement. You should probably come back here before selling, or you could come back here and buy, then sell. I don't know if you got that. This will be my draw on liquidity. This point will be my draw on liquidity. I'm basically seeking market to come back and test that place before going to the downside again. And like I said, on this particular week, market could come to this point and give us a buy confidence down, or I'll be up to this particular draw on liquidity. Now let's go to the BTC USD. On the BTC USD, actually I think I shared the trade on my Telegram. That should be up to 2 hours already by now, even though if you had broken even already, it would have taken you out. But if you have taken profits, you've been massive profit by now. And currently on the daily time frame, let's start from the weekly. We are bearish, currently bearish. Obviously, the Forex market, the crypto market doesn't close, so we're currently bearish. On the daily time frame, there isn't much to see on the weekly time frame, just creating liquidity, sweeping liquidity, and all that. On the daily time frame, we are still just within a range. As you can see, we're just within this range. You really can't call some of these things here a break of structure, because of the long wicks. Okay, so it does ranging. So on this particular note, we'll just wait and see what price will do. It's reacting off this resistance zone area, actually this support zone rather, so it could go back to somewhere like here and then resist again. Now the BTC is not exactly clear. I will never be trading the ETH at all. So on that note, there isn't really anything to say about the ETH. I have this point marked out. Market has not gotten to it. It's not as though market was going to get to it at this point, and they did not. So I think that's that about that for this week's new week's outlook and the previous week market review. In all of these things, ensure that you do your own checkout, ensure that you do your own testing, and then see what the market is saying. Currently, so far this month, the market has not really been clear in its terms, right? Because of the war and all that, it's not been clear in its terms, but there's still money to make off the market if you know what you're doing and you know how to apply it in the right way. Alright, the voice you're listening to is the voice of God did, and I'm definitely saying God bless. If you want to subscribe to my channel, like the video so it could help me. Subscribe to my YouTube channel where I drop my setups so you could see them beforehand, and follow me on Twitter.